Hey everyone, welcome back to your search buddy. In this video, we will dive into the topic of Miller Indices, right? Which is super important for everyone studying material science, crystallography or solid state physics, right? So let's get into it. So Miller Indices, as we know that in a crystal lattice, the lattice points may be considered to be lying on different center planes, and all of these planes having their own orientation with reference to the axis of unit cell. Okay, so let's take an axis let me take this one, that this is any x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay, and I'm just going to take an example of cubic crystal system. So let's say this is my cubic crystal system. So we have this particular plane. In cubic crystal system there are possible 6 planes we are having. Okay, so in crystallography the orientation of this plane might be different. Okay, they maybe have different orientation. It means arrangement of atom in these planes are different. Let's say the atoms for this particular plane is orientated towards this side. They have aligned toward this side with a specified arrangement, with a regular arrangement. Let's consider another plane in which the direction of atom is towards that side, and they are also following the same rules of crystallography, that arrangement of atom is regular. Let's say each and every phase possesses different orientation of plane. Each and every phase of this cubic crystal system is possessing different set of planes. It means we say that we have a different orientation of atoms in different set of planes, right? So these planes may be named as crystal plane. So we can say that all these planes having different set of orientation of atoms, we can set these planes as a crystal planes. Okay, so Miller devised a system of 3 indices HKL, okay, to represent such set of plane in crystal system. Okay, so in general representation, if we are having example of this cubic crystal system along with this x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, then let's say we have this plane as we are taking, there is another plane and there are possible 6 plane. Okay, what if you need to find out position of any particular plane with reference to origin, with respect to origin? If you need to find out position of any plane, how or what kind of system we will follow? Then we need to follow Miller indices, right? So Miller devised a system of 3 indices HKL to represent such set of planes in crystal. Alright, so here we are having some rules to find out Miller indices, and these are very simple rules. First rule what we need to take is to determine the intercepts of plane. I will show you with example. Let's talk about the rules first. So first rule is to determine the intercepts of plane, whose Miller indices is to be found on the 3 coordinate axis. Second step that we need to take is we just need to take numerical parameter. What it is we will talk about. And third rule is take reciprocal of these numerical parameters. Okay, now in last step what we need to do is to reduce this reciprocal to the lowest number. So for that case we will take the help of 2 clear fractions, and in that case we will find LCM and we will multiply that LCM with each and every parameter. Okay, so let's take an example. We are having a system of, let's say this is 2A, 3B and 4C. Here ABC we have discussed in previous lecture. ABC, A, B, C are lattice parameters. Lattice parameters which represent the position of any atom towards respective direction. Okay, towards respective direction with respect to origin. Right now origin is this one. Now position of atom is 2A. It means it is multiple of lattice parameter A. Okay, and along y-axis it is multiple of lattice parameter B, and along z-axis it is a multiple of lattice parameter C, and with combination of these 3 there is a formation of plane. Okay, in crystallography, in crystalline material, we may have n number of planes. Okay, this is one of them. let's say the plane right now we are having is 2a, 3b, 4c. This is the coordinates of our plane. What we need to find out is Miller indices of this plane. So what the step we will follow? Then first step that we have talked about is to determine the intercepts of plane. Right now, what are the intercepts? Intercepts are, so first point I'm writing intercepts. Intercepts are 2a, 3b, 4c. Okay. Second step, we just need to take numerical parameter. It means we will ignore the values of, we will ignore this a, b, c. So we will take 2, 3, 4. Okay. Third step, in third step, what we need to take is reciprocal. So we are taking reciprocal. Okay. And in fourth step, what we need to do is to clear the fraction. It means we need to make it to the lowest number. So right now we will having LCM 12. So I'm going to multiply 12 with each and every value, and this 1 by 4 multiplied by 12. What we are getting? We are getting 6, 4, 3. This is a set of Miller indices H, K, L value. So H right now is 6, K is equals to 4, L is equals to 3. This is HKL value. So this is how you can find out Miller indices of any system, and these Miller indices are very important, and sometimes we are getting numericals based on this one. Okay, so and also these Miller indices are going to use in d-spacing as well. So it means we will talk about d-spacing in next lecture, but have some basic idea that these Miller indices are also used in to find out distance between two lattice planes. Okay, so if we need to find out interplanar spacing represented by small d, we need to take help of Miller indices. Okay, so let's talk about important points or general principles of Miller indices. If Miller indices or Miller index is 0, let's say you are getting HKL is 100. It means, what does it mean? It means that if Miller index is 0, then it indicates that given plane is parallel to that axis, right? Right now, along y-axis and z-axis, Miller plane is parallel. Okay, if we are taking example of this 100. Second important point, the smaller Miller index is, it will be more nearly parallel to plane of axis. Okay, if you are getting smaller value of Miller indices or Miller index, it will be more nearly parallel to the plane of axis. Third one, if you are getting larger value of Miller index, it will be more nearly perpendicular to the plane of that axis. Okay, so we are using two words. Parallel, when a Miller index will become parallel when the value of any Miller index is very small, or a smaller Miller index will give you parallel line of with respect to that plane towards that axis. Okay, if you're getting smaller value of HK, it means it is nearly parallel to your plane, okay, along y-axis. Third point, if we are getting larger value of Miller index, let's say your K is larger. If K become larger, then it will give you the position of that plane is perpendicular to the axis of plane. Okay, if you're taking origin O, then the position of plane is nearly perpendicular, okay, with respect to this plane. So these are the important point. Also, multiplying or dividing a Miller index by a constant has no effect on the orientation of plane. This is very important point. Again, we are talking orientation is the direction of atoms in any crystal system. Okay, as we are talking about, crystal materials are those materials having regular arrangement of atom. Now, if you multiply any system or divide any Miller indices with a constant number, then there is no effect on the orientation of plane. The direction of atoms, the orientation of atom will remain same, right? This is important point. Another important point, when the integer used in the Miller indices contain more than one digit, the indices must be separated by commas to avoid confusion. Okay, it means sometimes we are getting generally we are not using comma to denote HKL value. Right now 100, let's say is the HKL value. So there is no comma in between these values. What if we are getting 2-digit value? Let's say I'm getting this 1, 10, 110 and 13. Then in that case, we will use comma. Okay. So we will use comma to avoid confusions, right? And last step of Miller principle is by changing the sign of indices or these plane, we obtain a plane located at the same distance on the another side of origin. This is very important. 100 is was, let's say we are taking 100 is our plane, and for cubic crystal system, let's say this is our cubic crystal system, and there is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis of this cubic crystal system. So 100 plane in that case is 1 means x-axis, 0 along y-axis. So we are getting h toward this side, k toward this side, l toward this side. So for k and n, the system is parallel to your origin. Right now origin is this one. So we are getting plane this one. This is our Miller plane right now, having value 0, 100, right? So this is 100 plane. What if we will change the direction, or we will change the sign of this indices? Let's say we are getting -100. In that case, the plane will be is going to change its direction, and generally we will take bar to represent negative Miller index. Okay, so if you are getting 1 bar, 2 bar or 3, it means 1 is having a negative direction with respect to x-axis or your origin, and 2 is also having negative direction with respect to origin. So these are the important points related to Miller index or Miller indices. Also, if we need to represent 0, 1, 0 for cubic crystal system, then it will be again, this is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. For h, k, l value, this is along x-axis we are having h, k and l. Okay, so we are getting h and l for this case. For this case is parallel to axis or to origin with respect to axis, right? So right now the plane formation will only towards y direction. So we are getting this plane. This plane will be the representation of 0, 1, 0 plane. Okay, and for 0, 0, 1 plane, your h and k value will become parallel with respect to x-axis. Let's say origin O. So the right now the plane formation will be this one only. This part, the yellow shade plane will representing the 0, 0, 1 plane. Also, Miller index is a multiple of your unit cell. So smallest unit cell we will represent with ABC, right? ABC are the lattice parameter to represent the smallest unit cell. If you are getting 2A, 3B, let's say 2A, 3B, 4C, it means the position of this plane is always multiple of your lattice parameter. Okay, so whatsoever lattice parameter we are having is always Miller plane will always multiple to that value of unit cell. So this is all about Miller indices. If you have any question, you can comment below. And thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.